Greetings and welcome back to Curiosity Forge. Today I'm just going to do a pretty short video because I got some new toys. This just showed up a couple hours ago. We had some errands to run when the mail truck came by, so I haven't had time to mess with it outside of setting it up and taking it outside and making sure it darkens when I point it at the sun. But I have a used Campbell Housefield flux core welder, and I got it for $100. They list online new for like $300. And let's see, can I get it in the frame? Yeah, there it is right there. And it runs on 110 volts, so I can use a standard extension cord, and my house is electricity. And I am going to start working with it on welding up a piece of motorcycle chain. I did some work on this at the house I bought it from. The impression, like, I wanted to go ahead and get some chain welded up because I didn't have a welding hood at the time, and I also wanted to test ride and make sure that it worked properly before I left the property with it. All that checked out, so what I'm going to do here is just let y'all watch me struggle to weld this together, because this isn't the highest powered beast in the world, and I don't quite have the line feed or the wire feed at quite the right speed yet. When I went to West Georgia Technical College to learn how to weld, they taught stick welding in the first quarter. At the end of really about a week before the second quarter started, life went completely off the rails, and I had to stop school and deal with some other crazy adult stuff. That really sucked, because I ended that quarter with absolutely the highest grade in the class, and the final exam they had two plates with a V notched in them and then a flat at the bottom of that V that was I think 1/8 of an inch wide, something like that. It was the width of one welding rod, and you had to fill that bottom with a 60-10 and then pad 70-18 beads on the top until it was all filled up, and then sand it back smooth and cut it into 4 strips. They take those strips and they put them in a machine that bends them into basically a straight up U. If you have any inclusions or weak spots or anything like that, it's going to snap them, guaranteed. And I was the only guy in that class to get all 4 of those samples through there with no breakage. So I was really disappointed when I had to stop. But it's okay. You know, I know enough that with this thing, I can learn what I need to learn about how to get a decent bead out of it with some practice. And now that I own it and it works off my house's electricity, I can get that practice. I'll also be able to weld tools together. I'm pretty sure I can get a bead down in deep enough if I chamfer the edges where they meet hard enough to make a good flatter, so that I have one of those. I've got all the parts here for it, so it won't be a big deal. But I do want to make sure I can get a good, nice, hot, deep bead out of this thing before I do that. So I'm going to pause this, set the camera up pointed at the work, and then I'll pick it back up. I'll record a couple minutes, and that'll be it. I'll try to keep this be like a 6-minute video, but I'll be back. Okay, you can kind of see some bead here and bead here, and these are kind of breaking apart because they're not too deep. So I've got to touch those up, and I got to get the center welded up. If I can get these welds strong enough to hold, I'm going to cut this into thirds so that I got a couple chunks, and I have a chunk for a friend of mine that lives nearby that should be paying me a visit sometime soon to pick up some other goodies I got for him. Either way, fire in the hole. Alright folks, there you have it. This is going to be a 7-minute video, give or take. Slowing down the feed on the wire has helped. I just had to slow it down a lot more than I thought I'd have to. And it's working well enough. I've laid some pretty thick beads on there. I'm going to keep going with this and finish getting it welded up. But y'all don't want to stare at that for another 15 minutes. So that's what I have for today. Until next time, praise the forge and pass the borax. Y'all stay safe. See ya.